Hey collective, it's Anne-Marie. I hope all of you are doing well. I thought we'd continue this gravy train and pull some cards from our Animal Spirit Oracle deck. I love this deck. Thank you to my high vibrating ancestor spirit guides, divine beings, and source of light energy. What are the messages from the animal spirits? What can we get today? What does the collective need to hear today about their magical ass self? We'll see if that goes with it. Or forgiving yourself, but let's just see what the cards say. Control. Get what I want. If you have, this is Lion, control. If you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You're encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. Is this happening again, Spirit? I should get all my decks out, but we're packing here. We're packing. I heard when I was reading that card, Spirit is saying that someone's going to come in to try to get you off your square, to knock you off your box, to trigger you. And I think it was a month ago, a piece of my message was kind of like this. So maybe there's a reason why it's coming out again, this part of the message, or that part of the message. The narrative they spun about you was that you were this aggressive, crazed out lunatic. I mean, that's a little excessive, but for some of them, they did say this. Oh, you were off the charts. You were off the chains. You were aggressive. You weren't safe. You were this raging maniac, couldn't control your emotions. And there may have been a part of you some time ago before you became grounded and fully in your element where you were quick to snap at people, quick to clap back, right? It's an old version of you possibly. However, of course, they added some pepper to it. They spiced it up a little bit, right? And was really excessive about it. And so they told this narrative about you that you were all these things that you weren't. We already know what that is, right? But what's happening now is that they're trying to prove their point, because whatever you're doing, the walk that you're walking, how you're showing up now in the world is complete opposite of the narrative they've spun about you. So now they may be sending in their flying monkeys spell work. They may be sending energy your way. I mean, they probably have your name written on a candle. They probably are trying to stomp your name out. They're doing all kinds of stuff. What else, Spirit, show me? I'm nosy. What else are they doing? Okay, well, write your name on a piece of paper. Have your picture on their altar, saying hateful things about you. I'm really seeing candles. Someone's really trying to do candle work. Writing your name on a candle. Spirit keeps just showing me someone's like really trying to carve your name in a candle. They really want to see you burn and suffer. They possibly put you in a jar, in a freezer. Wow, okay, Spirit, I'm good. We already know about that stuff. But they're doing all these things, and so they may be sending that type of workings your way, so you get irritated. You may just wake up in the morning and for no reason at all you feel kind of irritated. That's why as soon as I wake up, I'm talking to Spirit. I'm grateful for waking up today. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, Mother Gaia. Today's gonna be an amazing day, because they do that, right? They try to attack you as soon as you wake up and in your dream space. But what they're doing, besides the negative energy and all the evil other shit that they're sending your way, they're also sending in some flying monkeys. They're also energetically, if they know people around you, or know, even if you have a small circle or no circle at all, if they know where you go to or places you frequent or stores or whatever, for those of you who know, people can do this. They may energetically try to get into the spirit of other people to get them to agitate you, to try to trigger you. But I'm seeing less of that, but more of some type of flying monkey. It's like 4 to 6 people removed. I saw 4-6. So I don't know if that's 4 to 6 people removed from you, or how many times they've tried to do this, or they keep doing it over and over and over again. I'm not real clear about that. But 4 to 6 people possibly removed. They're trying to get into your energy to try to trigger you. They're trying to get you to respond a certain way, to be real aggressive, so it fits the narrative they've been spinning about you. So they can say, oh, see, I told you. I told you he gets like that. I told you he pops off the mouth. I told you she acts like that. Didn't I tell you? And for those of you who have social media, you already know. There are those weirdos that are scoping out your page, right? Those weird comments you get, those bots. Some of them really aren't bots technically. They are people that this main puppeteer, this main person, this group of people that have been trying to come against you, that they have sent in for these fake pages, right? To make these bizarre comments on your page. Also, I just heard from Spirit, be aware of, and this is a redundant message, be aware of the content you watch. If you're somebody who watches a lot of readers or messages or get down, downloads or whatever, be very mindful of how your body feels, because, energy doesn't lie, even through a phone, through devices. Be very mindful of the messages people are giving. If it's all hell and damnation, I just heard be mindful of the projections of things that you're watching and listening to as well, what you're listening to. But these people want to see you out of control so they can say, hey, I told you they're not like this. I told you they're fake. I told you they're phony. Do we need to know anything else about this, Spirit? These idiots. Puntas. They don't like the love you got, right? They're like, nobody can be embodiment that much love. No one can be that kind. It's because they aren't, right? We have the swan. We have love here. And this talks about finding your soulmate, or they're just around the corner. And maybe these people are doing work on that because they know you might be having a divine union come in. But initially I felt like the self-love that you have. You just love yourself a lot. Like you give no fucks. Good job. Good job. You're getting there, aren't you? Really not giving a fuck. Remember that when two souls are destined to be together, they will always find their way back to each other. All those things that you had to go through were worth it. And these people, if this is this group trying to come into a divine connection, you may not have been in a relationship with this person, but just like a really good friend or somebody. My left ear is ringing like crazy all of a sudden. They saw this from a mile away, possibly. And they were doing work on that to kind of keep you separated, to cast illusions on this person that was supposed to come towards you. Possibly. So I'm not trying to project that. I'm just, this is just the message given me for a side note. But initially, like I said, this is what I was picking up was this self-love. Like, you're really embodying the true essence of love. And it's love of self. And when you have that deep love of self, it terrifies people. They don't want you to spread. It's not about just being love and light, okay? Loving yourself is being, vigorously honest about ourselves, right? And having hard conversations with ourselves and doing shadow work. It's not just the love and light. And even when you do the shadow work, you've made peace with those, what they call demons, but actually, we're not going to get into that. But you made peace with these dark entities or whatever it is that came to attack you because you realized that was just your shadow stuff that you needed to heal, right? They haven't been able to deal with that. They are making offerings to I hate saying negative and positive, but the negative polarity of certain energies versus, stay with me, versus seeing the beauty in all parts of certain entities that they call upon. I'm going to say it because Spirit is saying to say it real quickly. I always rush. Before biblical times, there were no differences between angels and demons. They all were considered angels. It wasn't until man came and made the fucking Bible and started separating them. Oh, these are bad. These are negative. These are bad. When in fact, it's not that at all. They represent different polarities of life, of the universe, right? And we can go into that another time. There's other creators that have way more knowledge than I do about those things. However, these demons were actually angels, right? And it wasn't until the biblical times. So anyway, but these people have called on to these demons, if you will, on the negative side of what they represent to try to attack you. So that's just what I'm going to do. We're out of time. Just to be mindful of that. They're doing it because of the love that you have for yourself. These people haven't been able to tap into that love because they haven't been able to take an honest look at themselves, right? And so what they do is when they see people who are like that, they try to take their light. They try to take their shine. They get jealous. They get envious. And they spin the narratives. And then when you don't fit those narratives, they really try to attack you and send in flying monkeys. There's the message.